Hi guys, welcome back to Love Enthroned. It's Unini Mosimabale here, and today I don't take too much time. I just want to share something with you. I want to share something I learned from the scripture, and then also talk about something that happened in the course of the week. But before we do that, please, I can kneel down. Subscribers have not increased. What is going on? Am I not blessing your life here? Okay, but on a more serious note, you guys please subscribe, like, share, and do leave a comment. Okay, so back to what I said I was going to share. Recently, I read 1 John chapter 5 verse 1 to 7, and I've actually read the scripture before, but I didn't just see it in this light. So it said that if we believe that Jesus is the Messiah and He is the Son of God, then we are children of God. And then it also went on to say that the proof that we love God our Father is by loving His other children, which makes a lot of sense. If I am a child of God because I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, then I should love my fellow brothers and sisters, right? Because we are all created in the same image of God. But you now find out that in the world we live in, people go to church, lift up holy hands, speak in tongues, but at the end of the day, they are keeping malice with a fellow brother or a fellow sister, or they're fighting, or they're pulling each other down, or they're plotting evil things. Where is the love of the Father? That is hypocrisy. It doesn't commiserate that you love the Father and you hate the child. So the proof that we love the Father is by loving His children and by keeping His commandments. So that same scripture went on to say that love the Lord your God with all your heart, or your mind, or your strength, and then love your neighbor as yourself. Then he also went on to say that if we love the Father, then the commandments of the Father wouldn't weigh heavily on us. So if you love someone and the person comes to meet you and be like, oh hey babe, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? No matter how that thing seems so difficult, you would do it because you love the person. So why is it that we claim to love the Father, but yet His commandments seem so difficult for us to obey? His commandments, which is as simple as loving God and loving others. Bringing it back home to what happened in the course of the week, I can't go into specific details because it's a very sensitive thing, but I was talking to a colleague in the office, and I was just telling the colleague that imagine that you are a front desk officer, and then people come to meet with the boss, but they have to pass through you because we're front desk, and then you just decide to use your position to extort things from people. You say, oh, before you see the boss you must pay so amount of money, and then because people really want to meet the boss, they have no choice but to pay to pay you in order to see the boss. So I was telling her that it's crazy, and well, imagine someone lost a property, maybe in a fire, and maybe they also lost a loved one in that fire, and they're just trying to move on and get their lives together, but they need to see the boss because the boss, well, maybe let's say he has resources that could help them, and then they want to pass through you, and then despite the fact that they are grieving and they're in pains, you still use that as an opportunity to enrich your pockets. That is evil. That is pure evil. And then we make a lot of excuses for our actions and say, oh, the country is hard, it's Buhari. It's not Buhari that came and whispered in your ears to do such a thing. It was your conscience, it was your lust that dragged you into that mess. So let's stop pointing fingers on others. Even if you want to point fingers on anyone, please first of all reflect on yourself, reflect on your life. Are you the change that you want to see in the world? Are you an example of what you want others to be? If the answer is no, then you are the problem we're talking about here, for real. I was thinking about it recently, and I just came to the realization that we are actually the opposite of what we preach or what we say we want to do. For example, we are believers, but then we live more in fear than in faith, when we're supposed to live in faith and not in fear. Do you see? It's like the opposite. We are the light of the world, but you find out that people that are supposed to be the light of the world are the ones that are even agents of darkness. Like, they are the ones that are even causing more grief and more pain and more hurt. Imagine in the news, I saw that children, they're not even up to 20, between 17 and 19, they beheaded a girl for rituals. That is sickening. Like, the world is decaying, and you just feel like, oh, God will help us. God is not helping us. We have to help ourselves. And I really mean that, because God is in heaven and He gave us the earth to rule. And the only way He can actually even rule the earth is through us. So He needs us as His man or as His woman to impact this change. But how can you be the change when you are the very cause of the problem? That's why the Bible says, what use is salt if it has lost the saltiness? You know, what good are you if you are not bringing any change? Look at Nigeria, for example. The national anthem, we sing peace and unity. Where is the peace? Where is the unity? The complete opposite of what we sing in the national anthem. Said that the sacrifices of our heroes shall not be in vain. Guess what? They are in vain, because we are not doing anything. We're not bringing any new change on board. We're not consciously changing our lives. We're not consciously getting rid of corruption. We're not consciously improving the economy. Everybody's just out to enrich themselves. Like, it is the real or your on your own. And it's wrong, because we're supposed to be our brother's keepers. You are supposed to watch over the next person, and the next person watch over the next person, and then that is how the change just continues. You guys, it's time for us to be the change we want to see. And it starts with you. On a more serious, this is not motivational talks now. It really starts with you. And like I said, I don't take too much of your time, and it's already heading to 7 minutes or past 7 minutes. So I'll be wrapping up here. Please, we keep saying this like a mantra, but it's real. Love enthroned is God enthroned. The only way we can enthrone God in our lives, in our careers, in what we're doing, is by, bringing love. So there's something Apostle Joshua Selman said. He said, if anything is not working, add love to it and it's going to work. If the country is not working, it's because the leaders don't love their followers as they should. If the system is not working, if the police force is corrupt, it's because there is no love. So please, love enthroned is God enthroned. I love you guys, for real. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for sharing in advance. All right, see you next week.